Hi there, it's Lauren from Crafty Hippie. I'm going to be making a really quick card today using the Garden Impressions DSP and the beautiful bouquet stamp set from Stampin Up. This is a super quick card for when you're in a hurry, but really pretty. So we're going to be using some Pacific Point ink and cardstock, which means I'm probably going to get covered in ink because for whatever reason my Pacific Point is just super messy. So I think what we'll do first is before I get onto the ink, I'm going to cut out my shapes with the Big Shot machine. So just reorganise my table. So I'm using several dies today. I'm using the Detailed Dragonfly Thinlits Dies. This is going to be the focus of our card. And I'm also using the Stitch Shape Framelits dies. So a little tip for you, if you ever end up with one of your Stampin' Up dies and you cannot remember which set it's come from, Sizzix do actually print the order number, the item number on the die. It's really handy to know. So this one, for example, says 145372. Which corresponds with the number here. That's the number that you find in the catalogue and you find online, and that's what you order with. So yes, if you ever end up with any sort of errant dies, that's how you work out which set they're from. Okay, so I'm just going to bring the Big Shot in. Whoops, a little die going flying there, just as I explain how to relocate them. So, like I said before, this is some Pacific Point cardstock, and the best thing about this, because we're not lining up to a stamped image, it doesn't matter if it moves about, so we don't need to use any post-it notes to keep it in place. So we'll just run that one through. Okay, and we'll poke the little bits out of that in a moment. I'm also going to cut out my two other shapes, which are, I want a square out of this paper. I think this is absolutely gorgeous, this paper. I've used this quite a bit. It's this one in particular that I like. I don't know if you can see that in the shot. You'll see it as it comes through. Yeah, this bright blue and pink, it's really gorgeous. So there's that one. That one aside for the minute, and then I just want to cut a circle using the one of the circular dies from the Stitch Shape Framelits. And again, we're not lining up to anything, so it can just very quickly be put through. And then I'll just pop that down there. So move that out of the way. Okay, so I've got my dragonfly, and with my tweezers I'll just poke out the die and all the little spare bits as well from the wings. I do actually have a little tool for this job, but I'm just using my tweezers at the moment. It doesn't matter what I use. Just want to gently coax that out. A little bit fiddly. And eventually you'll start to feel the die coming away. You should be able to gently tease it out. Obviously the older your die is and the more used it is, the sort of harder it is to get it out, although these dies do last a very long time. I don't think I've worn one out yet. Okay, so we want to get all those little bits out. So apart from the two sets of dies, it's actually quite a simple card. I'm just using one coloured ink and some very simple stamping. So I just want to stamp just in the top corner some flowers and some down here, and my square is going to just go over the top like that. And I just want to put the sentiment "thanks a bunch" down in the right hand side, so I'm just going to work out where that would be best. So like that. Again, like I said before, this is a super quick card, and now it's just a case of sticking it all together. I might even put a little pearl on just for a bit of extra depth and dimension. Okay, so I'm going to glue with my snail. I'm going to glue this bit on into the middle. Hopefully you can see this. And I'm actually just going to glue that on flat as well, and then we're just going to stand the whole thing up on dimensionals on the square. So you just need to check that all your little bits of paper that have been cut out are off. There's one there that's just stuck. There we go. You need the smallest amount of glue because it will stay. I love cards like these that you can just make quickly when you're in a hurry and you just don't feel like fiddling around for ages. I suppose it's quite satisfying to come up with a card this quickly. And like I said, I might put some pearls on. I'm not sure. Don't know if that's going to detract. Let's have a little look. In fact, let's go for a gold one because we've got this gold section, this yellow section here. Yeah, we'll go for it. Let's go for it. And there we have it. Super quick, beautiful bouquet, Detailed Dragonfly Dies card. Thanks for watching today.